Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 26. Today we're doing another challenge style rebuild where we're going to be in the fantasy draft drafting the tallest players. Now, to make it a little bit more challenging, a little more random, we're going to have a wheel spin which will have a list of positions and we'll have to draft the tallest player from whatever we spin. Of course, if you guys have been enjoying this video, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification also so you know when the next upload is up. And more importantly, what team would you like to see rebuilt next for Sunday? And if you have any challenge rebuild ideas, let me know in the comment section below. Either way, let's head over to the wheel. As you can see, we have our wheel. We have all of the positions randomized. Early on, I'd imagine some of the positions you're going to want is running back. You know, if you get the first 5 rounds, maybe if you get running back, I believe it's going to be Derrick Henry, right? I guarantee it's going to be Derrick Henry. Wide receiver, you might get like, Mike Evans, perhaps, but if you get like left tackle, maybe Joe Alt. After the first couple of picks, though, we're going to see some pretty low overalls, I imagine. So we're really hoping that we can avoid, punter, kicker, long snapper, fullback in these first 5 at least picks. We also have an any, which of course, if we land that, we can choose whatever position we want. Either way, let's spin the first wheel and see what we've got ourselves here, which is going to be a left end. Tell me Calais Campbell's listed at DT. Now we are in the draft. Let's actually see what position. So we get pick 14. That's pretty much any left tackle, right? I wonder who the tallest left tackle is. Aiden Hutchinson, 6'6". He's got to at least be a couple of 6'7", 6'8ers, though. That's the problem. Which, unfortunately, is going to leave us with our 14th pick overall going to Anthony Nelson, who is 6'7". Oof. I already regret everything. Fantastic. Running back. Oh, I'm going to go for right end next. Let's just get the whole damn pass rush unit. And, of course, another 6'7" player passing yo. Well, in theory, it can't get any worse, right? In theory. No way it got worse. Center. Okay. There is no way they moved Joe Tippmann to guard. There's no shot. Looks like Cade Mays is going to be the pick. Fantastic. Spinning the wheel, which is obviously not gone well. Long snapper. Fantastic. At least we can remove it. This could not have gone any worse. At least this one I didn't have to look on a website for. This guy is the tallest at 6'6". Spin it again. What do we got? There's no way we just got kicker. Honestly, at this rate, I don't even hate it. Ironically enough, the tallest kickers are actually both of the Carlsons. Daniel Carlson's a bit better, so that's who we end up taking. All right. At this point, I guess quarterback Anthony Richardson might be like the tallest or close to it. This has been a great rebuild. Give me the rookie. Give me the rookie. Our best pick so far. Wheels getting smaller very quickly. If we got a punter, I'm going to start swinging. There is no actual way this has happened. And apparently the Patriots punter Burnip is the tallest at 6'6". All right, so now all we have is real positions left. This could be good. This could be like Trent Brown, but it's not. It's not. It's Dan Scaper, the 6'9" right tackle. Fantastic. This is basically a 0 overall rebuild. Spinning again. 9 rounds in just about with nothing to show for it. Cornerback, I don't know. It's a bunch of 6'3s. I don't know if there's any 6'4s at this point. And now, hands down, our best pick. Darian Porter, 6'3", is the tallest. They have Tariq Woolen, of course, at 6'4", but he is gone. Darian Porter, there you go. Finally a starter, maybe long-term, but he is, of course, 24. Spinning the wheel. We'll probably do 15 picks, and then the rest I'll do on my own behind the scenes. Tight end Darnell, maybe? And he is 6'7". There's a bunch of 6'7ers, but he is the highest overall. So Darnell Washington's our guy. This is still a team that's going to need a lot of players replaced, but it's getting better. Cornerback, Za Frazier, maybe. Juju Brents is, one of the guys you can maybe develop. Everyone else, they're all about 24, 25. They don't have star, though, so Juju Brent's going to be my choice. All of them 6'3", of course. Spinning the wheel yet again. Give me somebody I can use long-term. Oh, my lord. Sam Linebacker's an automatic L. There's going to be nobody there. Just great. I'm stuck with freaking Devondre. Oh, no. A few more picks. 3 more I think we'll do, and then we'll call it. No way, it's another right tackle. But please stop. I don't want it to be another corner. Oh, wow. Yay, another good pick. Arius Mims. Thank you. Of course, Rob Havenstein and Glinchy were higher, but I want the guy with more development. All right, spinning again. We got center, but yeah, we're not going to do another center. Running back. Maybe. Edge I'll allow. Because, you could use 3, but I don't need 2 centers. The next pick is going to be Mullings. Obviously, Derrick Henry at 6'3" would have been the best, but he's gone. This is the next best bet. A little bit of a power back. We'll see if we can develop him. He's at least young. All right, the last one that will show you guys the rest I'm just going to do behind the scenes, which, you'll be able to tell that we didn't cheat when you see how bad the players are. And you know what? Maybe you won't, because we do actually find a pretty damn good one here in Millam. At round 15, it would have been Trevor Penning, Wyatt Millam, or Jackson Kirkland. Obviously, I'm going to choose Millam because he's the best development-wise out of the bunch. But yeah, I imagine you guys have seen quite a bit already, so we will do this behind the scenes and update you when we're done. And here is the final team. Well, to start this thing, I should say, the final fantasy draft team. We did, of course, kind of make a couple of mistakes. It's not going to be a perfect science, but we rectified some of those mistakes. We ended up with Donald Parham at 6'8", tight end. Still going to start Washington. I have never developed Darnell Washington into like a superstar or even an X factor. And it'd be kind of cool to see him turn into that, of course. Let's take a look at the wide receivers where we do add, a guy like Johnny Wilson, who's pretty hard to, pass up. 6'7", right? Not a whole lot of 6'6" plus wide receivers. So Dante Thornton is also one of those guys. Of course, you're seeing some of the overalls a little higher because we did do the training camp already. So obviously you're going to get a couple of upgrades there. Tanner McKee, mind you, maybe the guy. I didn't think he would have a chance, but he went up 5 overalls from these upgrades. This is what 5 overalls look like from 64 to 69. So you never know. You never know. I'm not going to bank on it, but you never know. Of course, Joe Flacco's the backup. We have Mullins, Haskins, and then they gave us Miller Hines, who, it doesn't matter. He's barely going to play. Then we look at the defensive side of the ball where, not much changes. We got our corners who are all like 6'3 plus. Safeties who are all 6'3 plus. Linebackers are all 6'4 plus. James Williams, actually a guy that we might be able to develop here. Tall, not the fastest, but he's young. Definitely young. And then obviously the D-line looking pretty good as we have a chance with Cam Jackson maybe with a 23-year-old rookie kind of on the taller side. But yeah, there's a lot of things to replace on this team. We're obviously not going to be limiting our drafting to tall players because it's just not going to be possible, right? Because what's even tall, right? What's tall? Like anything over 6'1"? Like in America, what? 5'10" is considered, like average or a little bit above average. So 6 foot's tall. In the NFL, that's 6 foot short, So it's like, what do I even call tall if not the tallest? And there's no way you're going to draft the tallest in CPU because it's going to be a bunch of garbage like we just had. No offense to all these guys. But, yeah, let's hop on into this Season 1, see what we can get up to. Probably not a whole lot of winning. And also, this is going to be a challenge, so we are going to rock Green Bay's offense right away. That's the scheme I've been kind of going with this year. Really, last 2 Maddens. I think it might be even better this year compared to last year, but last Madden, I think it was super balanced. Quarterback would barely get enough of a good season to maybe win a dev up, get a dev up. Running back has a chance at a dev up, not guaranteed. Receivers have a chance at dev up, not guaranteed. Now, there's a couple of things in there like quarterback and wide receiver that I feel pretty good about getting dev ups for. But at the end of the day, we need that. At the end of the day, okay. But I also kind of want to run the Chiefs because I want... I'm running Chiefs. I want Darnell Washington to develop this. If we fail the rebuild, we don't make the playoffs, we don't win a Super Bowl, whatever it may be, if we can at least get Darnell Washington to Superstar or X Factor, I'm going to be happy. That's all I can say. At the end of the day, that's all I can say. All right, let's look at these contracts. Burke, I don't even want to keep him because he's not really even a part of this taller group business. But a lot of these guys are probably going to keep because we don't really have a better option, right? Especially if the contract is like Wilson's. Even if I don't know if I think he's going to develop, I got to keep him. Tanner McKee, I think I'm also going to pay just in case he is our starter long-term. If we got him on a 3-year 15, that's not terrible backup money for a good backup. And if he's the starter, it's really good money. So McKee for sure, Wilson for sure, Mullins for sure, Caden Mays I think for sure. Everyone else, though, we'll see, but I don't know. Also, I might need to start showing these sliders as well. Although I feel like you could probably change these after you get the draft going and you like make it look different. But I have to show it because I'm seeing a pretty damn good quarterback class again, similar to our last challenge rebuild we did, which, to be fair, I don't really scout QB much because most of the time we do a rebuild, we already have some sort of quarterback we're going to look to develop the whole time. But we've been getting some pretty good QB classes when we're almost guaranteed a high draft pick, which, you know, I don't care, right? I would rather lose all 5 seasons than to skew the odds in our favor because it's just pointless. Who gives a damn? So, I don't know. Say what you will, take what you will, believe what you will. I don't change the draft class sliders. If anything, you know what? I actually should. I'm not sure what should be changed, but I feel like maybe, I don't know. I don't know if there really is anything that, like, I like all of the positions. Edge, I think maybe edge should go up a little bit. Like, the top end is just not great half the time. I don't know. I just don't touch the draft sliders. But right here we are headed to the playoffs, which, of course, we're not going to be in, unfortunately, as the team's not very good. 2-15. It's probably more than I would have expected at this rate. One of those teams we beat was the Chiefs. I know it's a fantasy draft, but again, the scheme does matter. Hence probably why we won 2 games. Cowboys and Chiefs. Not a bad 2 teams to beat. Looking at Jeromepkr, 20 touchdowns, 27 picks, 3,600 yards. So even with the Chiefs scheme, not a guaranteed great season. Rushing was very bad. At receiving, Washington, hopefully the yards are enough for a dev up. Wilson was actually better than I thought because Thornton was kind of the propped up guy, as you could tell with the average yards per catch. But yeah, not a bad season for the receiving group. O-line was very bad. Pass rush, way better than I would have thought. 8.5 for Anthony Nelson's not bad. Problem is you can't really develop anyone but Cam Jackson if you're lucky. Picks, Williams, huge. Porter, huge. Kicking, actually pretty good. Punting, not as good as I was hoping, but it's good enough. Then, of course, no special teams success. 32nd in offensive yardage. Makes sense. What about the defense? I don't actually know. Yeah, we're the worst. Okay, I mean, expected, to be fair. Yearly awards, MVP goes to Dart, who's a Bengal. Very good passing playbook, obviously. Any awards for us? No! That would have been huge. Superstar Dev guaranteed. Rookie of the Year all the way down at 6 and 10, unfortunately. And then with that, you know, pretty obvious we're not going to win any other award. But it could have been worse. You know, we get the first overall pick, I imagine. And we had a couple of close calls in the awards and maybe still a dev up or two, especially for Darnell Washington, I'm hoping, which, again, that's a guy we're trying to develop. That's our side quest in this one is, you know, we want to win a Super Bowl. We want to get the championship round. I think in these challenge rebuilds, getting to the championship round is considered a win. Obviously, a Super Bowl is a definite win. And then, you know, this one, side quest, Darnell Washington, Superstar Dev, minimum. He's our long-term guy, hopefully. Ravens, 37-31 over the Saints. Darnell, really, goes up 3 overalls and not a single dev up. That sucks. That is unfortunate. Taking a look at the other guys. Thornton is at least a good overall. 81 overall. Didn't get a superstar, obviously. Didn't win the award. But still, that is a nice little glow up. Been using him a lot lately. Mullins, 23 years old now, I believe. 73 overall, which is not the best. So we'll definitely be looking at running back, especially since in a fantasy draft, that's a position that does usually reveal itself. O-line was terrible for upgrades because they didn't have the milestones, you know. But a couple of dev ups for the defense. You know, Mukamama goes a star. Anderson goes a star. Campbell goes a star. The problem is none of those guys I really care about long term. Cam Jackson does go to 78 overall, so maybe he's another one of those guys that can be a starter long term. And then Williams, who had 4 picks, I believe, maybe it was 5, doesn't go up in dev. Unfortunate. They just don't value picks for linebackers, it seems. Whereas Porter did go to an 80 overall, so not bad. He's already 25, but maybe, you know, focus him in the offseason again, and, you know, who knows? Who knows? But let's take a look at the retirements, which I doubt we would have, well, maybe we would have had some, actually. Let's go to the commander, see what we got. I think we had a few older guys. Yeah, we had a couple. Joe Flacco's one of them. Miller Hines is gone. Afidi. Yeah, we lose the edge rusher, too, which, I mean, I wasn't going to be crying over it because I don't really like his potential to develop because there is none, but still. $182 million. We signed everyone we wanted to, I think. everyone else, even, you know, that young guy up there. You know, it's just, he's not one of the tall guys. So it's like we gained him illegally. We illegally obtained him. So going forward, though, any player, I mean, even himself, if we want to go back for him, we could do. And then, you know what? This is a good fit. I don't know if Charbonnet will actually develop or be good for us, but he is a bigger running back. So he does fit kind of what we're trying to do in this challenge. Levante David, I mean, we've got money and we have needs. So I'm going to go for everyone that is going to make our team better. I'm not trying to cheese the first overall pick every single season. I'm trying to get this team good as soon as possible. You know, I always see people argue, like, especially if you're, you know, I know, I pretty much bring up I'm a Packers fan every video, but it is very relevant here because if you're a Packers fan, you constantly see stuff like, because, I mean, to be fair, we deserve it because we're always talking about how, oh, look at how much we've done, this, that, but we don't win anything in the playoffs, really. You always hear about, like, oh, yeah, well, what have you done? You haven't won since 2010 or 11. Yeah, but we made the playoffs a lot. You know, the whole NFL experience is about enjoying yourself. Even if you don't make the Super Bowl, you don't win the Super Bowl all the time or, you know, often. If you're at least in the mix all the time, you at least get those playoff games. Yes, it is 10 times better. If your team makes the playoffs, it is 10 times better than if your team does not make the playoffs. It does not matter. Even if your team loses the first round. I don't care what anyone says. And, of course, Dylan Sampson's sitting there with his short little self, making me want to grab him and start him. I'm going to have to do it. As much as I like Charbonnet, I kind of have to do it. Like, he's just the guy, you know? And it could go Caleb Johnson as well. He's also the guy. He's younger. Why does Charbonnet have to want to be with us, but no one else does? Because I'm going to pull the offer on him. And I'm not going to get the other two. I just know it. I just know it. The Chiefs have a huge offer on him, so maybe we are actually going for Charbonnet. I mean, I'm willing to pay this. I really don't want to do a 2-year, though. I'd rather do like a 4. All right, all 4 players are gone. Did we get many of them? We didn't get Trey Tucker. We did pay a lot of money for these 2 running backs, though. A 4-year 40 and a 4-year 42, 4. And then Levante David. I can't believe that Tucker's on ours. We offered him a 3-year, $51 million deal. I know it sounds like a lot, but if you get that +2 in the offseason, that's an 83 overall receiver at 25. You get 2 upgrades throughout the season, that's 85 overall. He gets a dev up, that's star, maybe a little bit of XP, 86 overall. If not, he's minimum 84, 85. Another offseason, 86, 87. You know, that's not bad. He's at 90 overall by year 3 or 4. So, I mean, I would have definitely grabbed him and used him, but unfortunately he decided not to join us. We could go for A.O. Manor, who I don't know why. I just can't say his name. You know what? All the elderly that in my head I've kind of been like, how do they not understand how to say these words? I understand. I am now elderly. But we do get A.O. Manor. I think that's how you say his name. I always said A.O. Manor because I think that sounds cool, but I think it's straight up A.O. Manor or A.O. Manor. It's straight up how it looks, I'm pretty sure. Either way, we get a little bit of new talent. It's nice that, that talent is our running back. We have 3 running backs that are set, even though I'm not showing her here, for the next, 3 to 5 years, which is kind of crazy. But we do get a wide receiver, too. He's at least not short. He's 6'2". He's not Trey Tucker short. A lot of needs still on this team, though, and unfortunately, some of those need high draft picks. QB, both edges, corner, wide receiver, still maybe. O-line. I mean, all picks that you could be using, especially in real life, for, those players to be filled. All right, we're in the draft. Of course, we don't have our own second-round pick, which is just great. And I also think the draft class is really mid. I talked about how, might change the draft strength because, things are too strong or too weak. This class was garbage. I scouted a bunch of quarterbacks. I couldn't even scout all of them. There are a lot. It's just who is the good one. Absolutely not taking pick overall 1. We in a previous one, we found a really good quarterback. We took him number 1 overall, but honestly, I'm willing to take this guy day 3. This guy looks like one of those low overall but star dev quarterbacks. And I think if you're a hidden dev, that's good enough for me. So there's a chance that's the route I go. We do lose McGee as a top 5. He was top 5 before. Howard stays top 5. but he's slow. I think no matter what, we're looking for the best trade possible here. And maybe we take a quarterback in the late first, just in case that quarterback later sucks. But we'll see. Yeah, we're definitely trading now. And I'm going to be trading now with a team that I think can suck in the future. Oh, 2 first-round picks is crazy. I mean, you still probably get good value for 5 overall, right? Yeah, we're going to be looking for these teams with these extra first-round picks. The Jets might be the intriguing one. Damn, pick 1 overall is nice. I don't even know if this is a good trade, but we trade for the Jets pick 11, 19, a second this, which is very high as well, and a second next year using our pick 1 overall. So hopefully they find something they like, because I'm in the business of, it's a left tackle, huh? I'm in the business of, everybody wins. As long as they're not in our conference, especially not in our damn division. A couple quarterbacks do actually go. We see 4 of them. I didn't really like the QBs that much to be thinking 4 would go. Oh, wait, hold the hell on. This guy is kind of goated, though. I might have to take him. That guy's kind of goated, dude. The guy's a 4.39er. I mean, 4.39 is got to be like 92 speed, right? At least. I'm going Nate Allen. Please be hidden. Dude, please. I don't love that. I love that, though. Not 92 speed, but very fast. I mean, unless we're just wanting Barner because it's cool to see, high, well, not high, but high potential later round guy. I don't know. And of course, Edge was also garbage in this class. I mean, look at this guy who didn't participate. Speed is garbage. He's an elite, speed, acceleration kind of guy, but I might have no choice. Like, I genuinely don't have an edge. Like, this is literally what I got, Also, we do have a sick-looking corner here. Floyd Scott looks, can't miss. Gotta take him. Hopefully he's there late second. I think I have to go with that edge rusher. I don't love him, but I have no choice. Jason Bradley, please. I could live with that. Even if he's normal, I could live with it, but please be hidden, though. Nice, okay. Slow as hell. Kind of reminded me of the Bosa's a little bit. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ironically enough, the Niners pick was like literally right after we said the Bosa's. Could be another trade down from here. 2 good picks. You get a QB and an edge. Franchise QB, franchise edge. In theory, not bad. Not bad. Again, we talked about McGee. He was a top 5. Problem is this wide receiver class was very slow. Like, every single player is pretty damn slow. Even that 4.39, left side says solid. Like, it is a slow draft class. We had wide receiver scouted, so obviously that's why we have so much knowledge here. Jeromepkr, he's, somewhat fast. He is also that taller size, but I kind of want, Aomanor or Aomanor to develop. Oh, Trayvonte Jackson. Damn. If it wasn't for Darnell Washington, I would have went for him, but I am absolutely trying to develop Darnell still. O-line's also, there's a couple of UDFAs, but a lot of 3 to 4s. DT, a couple of DTs in there that were okay. I'd probably end up rocking with a bunch of nose tackle DTs in this one, though. Have to take Scott here. I have seen some unlucky stuff with the 3 to 4s. Maynard's also pretty good, but he's slow as hell. If I want safety, I got to take one here. Yeah, I'm going to trade down. 19 is where we take the corner if he's there. 3rd round next year. I'm not really loving that. I need now picks. I need to develop now. Ooh, the Rams are giving me a 2nd round next year, though. Because our trade down didn't give us anything for next year. Not that we need next year picks anyways, but it would be nice. Dude, that Rams pick is hard to pass. Like, when is it they suck? When's it their QB was like Stafford? Speaking of, that 2nd round pick could be damn near a 1st round pick. I'm doing it. I've got to. Watch it take a QB. It was a wide receiver. They don't even need that pick. They got another guy coming up. Scammers. Let's take a look at corner, though. McMichael goes to the Patriots. I love that pick for them. Tight end's still there, which he's good, but I'm just going to rock Darnell. And then Scott. Floyd Scott. Corner 2 automatically. Please be hidden. 6 true talent. I knew he'd be good. Dev. And he is hidden. Damn, what a pick. It looked like one of those prototypicals, but you just never know. Jackson's still there, man. That is crazy. Jackson is still there. I'm still going to try to develop Darnell, I think. But the value there is so good, though. go Reyes. We need these players more anyways. 35 true. Also hidden. I think if Jackson's there at 5, I'm taking him. Which, of course, he's not, which, you know, I expected. That's why I said it. You know, I committed to something that I knew I didn't have to commit to, basically. DT, a lot of day 3s. I mean, we can at least get Matthias. We can rock Jackson again. I'm fine with that. 2 linebackers. I didn't love the linebackers in this class, but Rodriguez was one of the guys I did like. It is easier in general, though, to draft CPU after a fantasy. Because, I mean, these guys would be gone in normal, you know, situations. Rodriguez could be our first non-hidden. And he is not. He is also hidden. Let's go to pick one in the 5th round. All right, who do we got left? Do have a day 3 edge. Could rock with. The DTs are looking pretty good, too. I mean, it's, you know, it's very rare. It's a very raw player, I should say, not rare. For good reason, right? He's... Oh, this guy's going to be a good overall, but... He's like 72, 73 maybe. I think I trade down again. We have a lot of UDFAs. Not a huge fan of this one, but we'll go with the Rams again. We've been kind of enjoying their company on these trades. I'd like to see what they draft. Who do they get? Was that QB still there, by the way? I think he was. He'll be gone by next round if he's not already gone, but be hard not to grab him. Even though we don't need him, it'd be very hard not to just grab him here. Which he is gone. Do I not just go one of the DTs? I know they're all nose tackles, but I do like them. Compare them to Matthias. I mean, these nose tackles all look great. Matthias looks great too, though. He looks literally like green. So I guess we start just taking O-line. Start taking O-line. Barton. He's 61 true talent. Hidden dev. Great start. Great start. Because we already have like 2, maybe 3 linemen. So, I mean, even just landing 2 or 3 here is arguably enough, you know? And Felix is a really good fit for a tackle spot. So, Millam left tackle. Felix right tackle, maybe. 47 true. Hidden dev. Boom. There you go. Could be risking it by going to the 7th round, but I'd prefer not to trade up. I just like keeping what we got next year. We have Mr. Irrelevant here, which we might actually use to trade up, but we'll see. And then we lose the other lineman, I think. But Matthias. Miguel Matthias. 15 true talent. Have we drafted a single normal dev? I mean, besides one of these edge rushers that we're about to take? I just need somebody young on the other side, so I'm going to take whoever. I don't know who's better. I would assume Barr is a little bit better. Maybe not. Mason looks good too. 4.78 with a good. 4.7 with a good. So yeah, we'll trade up for Mr. Barr, who will be our first and only normal dev of this class. But at the end of the day, I just need somebody young to develop there. I don't think I'm going to start anyone else we had. I know Anthony Nelson's was decent, but his ceiling's gone, right? Like there's nothing to develop there. Let's grab Mr. Barr. But who knows? Maybe we get hidden dev. I doubt it, but you never know. He's also huge, by the way. He's 6'6", I think. 150 true talent. Normal dev. Expected, but again, at least he has a chance because he's young. What a class, though. I don't know what all the quarterbacks look like. We maybe didn't land the best. We probably landed the best in a user sense, but let's take a look. Expect a lower overall. 74 is higher. I thought 72, 73, so I'm cool with Nate Allen here. Very fast. Change direction's insane. Juke move's decent. Injury salmon is good. Outside of awareness, he's actually a really damn good quarterback. We're number 15. Sure, why not? And he is star dev. Kind of expected that. And then Bradley, honestly, like one of the best edge rushers in this class. Very good finesse move. Just kind of fell into our laps, you know? He wasn't a guy I was fiending over because I didn't really like the speed, but you never know. Damn, only star dev, but yeah, he's a good player. He's worth the pick. I mean, I'll look at all the edge rushers, and I'm pretty certain. Oh, wow, I didn't even think about the corner, but 78 overall. Wow, what a pick. But yeah, I'm pretty certain from what I scouted that this was a very, very bad edge room. It was so bad. Star development trait, but that's fine. 78 overall is ridiculous. What a good draft pick that was. You know, if we assume Porter's going to continue to develop, we might have found our, you know, cornerback duo. And then Reyes, you know, you add a young free safety. Don't know how strong safety developed, but there was someone young there, so maybe they did. Antonio Johnson, I think his name was. Star dev for Reyes as well. Again, I feel like hiddens are a lot easier to find in this Madden, but you do find a lot more just straight up stars. So it's not like you're getting the greatest players ever, but yeah, they're good. Of course, Rodriguez, very fast, hidden development trait. Could be our superstar, actually, speaking of, which he's not. Linebacker is the one position where I do feel like you get more superstars pluses than any other position. And then O-line Barton. He will actually just stay as one of the guards. I'm not sure if it's left guard. We'll move him to... Yeah, we'll keep him left guard for right now. Dev, star development trait. I think we could use like one more lineman. But at least we have Falele. He's all right. And then the other side, Felix. Got to move him to tackle anyways. Millam's going to be our left tackle. So we'll put him at right tackle. Take a look at that Dev. See if any one of these guys is superstar, which so far not so good. Also do want to see Matthias because he's okay, right? 67 overall, could develop. You never know. Oh my God, he sucks. He was horrible. Every other pick, though, I mean, almost like they're all hiddens. And Matthias, he even has some pass rush to him. 334 isn't, swift. It's not small. But he can actually be an okay pass rush. He doesn't have to just straight up be a nose tackle. But yeah, really, really good draft class. Unfortunately, didn't really add much for next year. We got that 1 second-round pick, which wasn't even from the first pick overall. But let's take a look first who the highest overalls were. So Kurt Howard was actually pretty damn good. Hidden development trade. Super, slow, though, right? Injuries really bad, by the way. But the quarterback position, what did we see? So where was Barner? That's his name, right? Barner, 68 overall. I thought 67, so yeah, it makes sense. And yeah, I mean, as expected, hidden development trait. Star, superstar, not X Factor. Somewhere in that range. See a lot of guys like these. That's why I knew. Yeah, star dev. Knew that he was going to be hidden dev. And then I don't really care too much of the quarterbacks, but let's take a look at the overalls. So 73, 74. So our guy was actually the highest overall quarterback in the class. I thought we were sacrificing overall for that speed, but I guess not. But yeah, I do want to see this edge. Also do want to see the tight end too. But all the left ends so far, besides Bradley, are not even 70 overall. And then right end, there was no 7. Yeah, this is the worst edge room I've ever seen. As I talk about maybe edge rush is what I would upgrade in the sliders, we find the worst edge room I've seen all year. Hands down, no questions asked. And then here's Jackson, who's 73 overall. Oh, wow. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's faster. In a user sense, he is about 10 times better than Darnell Washington. But as far as a rebuild goes, yeah, he's not very good. Normal dev is very hard to work with. And I gotta say, Darnell might not be that fast, but he can kind of run a route. Look at this. I mean, it's just elite route running. What can I tell you? Easy clap. I mean, sometimes when we do the wide receiver ones, we don't even, with an actual wide receiver, we don't even complete it. So 15K XP for a tight end. Not bad. Maybe A.O. Manor was the guy we should have been developing here, but again, side quest. We're trying to get that, we're trying to get Darnell to Superstar or X Factor. And here we are for season number 2. It looks a little bit better, right? We have Darnell Washington, 82 overall now. We have 2 running backs that are pretty good. Samson is going to get the nod because he's 2 years younger, and I feel like he's a little more dynamic. 83 overall for him. Quarterback's a 76 with his +3, which kind of sucks. He didn't get an actual +3 in his overall. I mean, looking forward, maybe right guard's the only position we need on the O-line. Hopefully they develop, and that's true. Wide receiver, we'll see about wide receiver too, but I don't hate it. I think we could develop both of them. And then defensively, edge rusher, probably. DT, maybe a linebacker or 2, and then maybe a safety. But, I mean, Johnson's only 24, so who knows? We've turned it around a little bit. Still probably not making the playoffs, but maybe. We got some more contracts. Darian Porter, I don't love that it's a 4-year, but if he's willing to take that base, yeah, I'll take it. It's about $10 million per. Hoping he can be that guy for us long term. And then Mims, we're going to take the chance. Some of these linemen, they kind of, stall out around that overall, but we're hoping that he is not one of them. Brent's, no. Mukwama, I know he got the start at, but no. Frazier, unfortunately, no. Even Falele, no. All these guys are going to be gone, unfortunately, and Levante is probably going to retire, but that's fine. Now, we started the season saying, hey, we probably aren't going to make the playoffs, but I also didn't think we were going to be this bad. We're a little worse off than I thought we were going to be, unfortunately, at 0-17. I don't know how we have a better team than last year, but lose more games. We lost 15 games last year, and we lost more than X. Thankfully, I have Coach firing off, because obviously we would have been gone. Let's take a look at this quarterback, though. Did have more touchdowns than picks, but not by a whole lot. Yards are great, obviously. Rushing, not great. Receiving, A.O. Manor, maybe a dev up. Thornton was pretty good, too. And then Washington, 920 yards, 5 touchdowns. I think this is the last year we run the Chiefs scheme. Hopefully Darnell goes up in dev, but I don't know. Millam was a horrible edge. I'm actually impressed. 9.5 for Bradley is great. Barr, 8.5 is insane. Matthias with 8, really good too. That is a hell of a year. A couple of interceptions. Kicking was actually pretty bad. Probably cost us a game or two, potentially. But at least the defense was good. In theory, I don't know if they actually were, but 29-0 for yards. Defense got to be like 20, high 20s. 31st. This team sucks. Joe Burrow wins MVP. Man, we are not having a good time, huh? Allen, number 4 for Rookie of the Year. And hey, we had so many damn rookies. It's bound to happen. Rodriguez gets Rookie of the Year. I'm just glad we got one. You know, I'm just glad we got a guaranteed dev up. Thank the Lord. Either way, let's go to the Super Bowl, see who wins it. And obviously, I want to see those dev ups if we had any. Please, Darnell. Please tell me I did not make the bad decision to stick it out with you. Although, to be fair, the other guy was not really much better. He's fast, but normal dev, 73 overall. I'm glad we have Darnell. But yes, unfortunately, dev up or not, we are moving on to the Green Bay scheme, I think. Let's see, dev ups. Actually, first things first. Panthers win the Super Bowl. Take a look at those dev ups, though. Darnell. Yes, there it is. There it is. A.O. Maynard did not go up in dev, unfortunately, but star dev, 83 overall. He's 26 now, but maybe I do go Chiefs, though. Maybe. Defensively now, we have, is Levante David still around? He gets the X Factor. What a crazy guy. What a silly fella. What about anyone else? Any dev ups? Sadly, Barr. 8.5 sacks is enough to go to stars. Crazy. Bradley doesn't go up either. Jackson goes up a couple overalls. Johnson actually star dev. Huge dev up, actually. We don't need a safety anymore. He's been killing it. Not bad, actually. Okay, I mean, not exactly all the dev ups we were hoping to get, but not terrible either. Pretty good year. Wait, he didn't go up. Oh, is it because he had a dev up from... I skipped through it. Did he actually get that breakout? It was like week 11, week 10? Where was it? Yeah, there it is. Development trade up to Superstar. Okay, fair enough. Not bad. Now I'm really mad that we didn't get the dev up for the edge. The edge rusher would have won Rookie of the Year. Would have been way better. Let's take a look at our retirements. Probably had a few, right? Sadly, well, I wouldn't say sadly, but surprisingly, Levante wasn't one of them. Skipper, the 6'9" tackle's gone. Devondre's gone too. Interesting. Let's take a look at the negotiations, which... Again, I mean, Brents isn't a bad player. Do we need him? See, we don't need him, but why not? We'll offer him. If he doesn't want it, then we'll go with Frazier. He's kind of tall for a slot corner, but why not? Yeah, I mean, hey, Juju Brents doesn't want, I wouldn't say life-changing money, but for any one of us here sitting right now, life-changing money. Unless you're built like that. If a 2-year, $10 million deal isn't life-changing to any one of you guys, I want to know what you're doing for a living, who you're investing in, stocks-wise, and do you need a business partner? Okay, I'm just saying. For it to see kind of a newer name, don't usually see Devondre Sweat. Don't think we need him, though, but I am curious to see what he looks like. So, very good block share. He is insane. Not bad sacks, but tackles for loss, really bad, actually. And then looking at the rest of the guys... Cam Little, I mean, maybe a kicker is interesting because our kicker sucks. But, yeah, I mean, Mafe is just too old. So, we'll look around, but I don't think we're going to find any starters here. Also, I got to back out, dude. I hate that glitch. Please fix it. I imagine you guys know what I'm talking about with the go in and look at, like, a player's ratings and whatnot, and then you back out, and the whole background's completely black. It just messes up with my freaking eyes like I'm just trying to adjust. DK is interesting, though. Like, he is literally A.O. Maynard, but faster with higher dev. That may be someone we actually look into. We'll see. Don't remember what we paid A.O. Maynard. If it was a 4-year deal, then we probably will just stick it out with him, but I don't remember. I do not remember. O-line, Caleb Rogers, okay, but he's not really long-term. I'd rather just go with a UDFA, drafted guy. Harrison's okay. Oh, Oladejo. I'm taking a chance on this guy. It's risky, but I'm willing to do it. Damn, dude. Okay, I guess I'm not going to do that long of a deal. We'll do a 2-year then. We'll do a 2-year so we can overpay, and then once, it's contract time, we can pay him less. We got to get that to 5, which we will in a second. Anyone else? Oladejo is a very surprising name to be there, so we will definitely try to get him. And that's it. Really just 1 or 2 guys. And even though DK is star dev, he's a year older and an overall lower, so meh. I will say, though, we're about to test how bad this game really is. We have offered Oladejo a 2-year 60. I don't care what team is offering him. He is not going anywhere else in real life. And he does join us. Okay, 2-year 60, which is a lot for an 80 overall, but when you see the market, the open market, there is no one remotely as good as this guy when it comes to long-term potential. So yeah, 2-year 60 is not bad value when you consider that there's just no competition there. All right, we're in the draft. Of course, you don't win any games. You get the first pick overall 9 times out of 10, I think. Probably 10 times out of 10. We do have potentially a generational DT. DT is one of our biggest positional needs. Guy looks like a generational to me, so I think we're going to be taking this defensive tackle. Pick 1 overall. I know, it seems high, but that's one of our big needs. This guy looks great. Ryan Peters, don't let me down. I mean, that's got to be generational, right? All right, good sign. 1 overall. In development traded. 83 speed, 85 excel, 90 strength. Looks good to me. I like our odds of that being a generational. Pretty much so. Got some wide receivers, which I'm still like, you know, do we stick with A.O. Manor? I don't know. I really don't. I think it kind of depends on what's here in the second round. If there's a wide receiver, which there probably will be a lot, we might have no choice. Problem is we have so many options. Who do you even choose? I think Schaffer was fast, right? I mean, fast enough. Can't remember who it was, but one of them was like really fast. Oh, there he is. John Parks. I'm going to take John Parks. Even if he's the number 3, I like him. But he's probably going to be number 2 even if he's normal, which, damn, he is normal. That sucks. But, yeah, he's our wide receiver 2. Just by default, I think he's 75, 76 overall based on that true talent. Gets Rookie of the Year, and, you know, he's like an 86 overall potentially. So, taking the chance on him. And our O-line here is already pretty much all gone. I need at least a singular lineman. So, I'm going to be jumping here a little bit. A little high, but he's 1 or 2 true talent. Tremaine Payne, day 3. Day 3s can go in the second round, so taking that chance. He is hidden. He's not amazing, but he's at least hidden. And then with this pick, I think we're going to go linebacker because, again, we're actually kind of like out of needs. I mean, assuming the guys we have actually develop, of course. Is that a 20-year-old quarterback, by the way? The guy's literally goated, but since no team needs QB, there's just no one taking him. Kind of insane. Roper. Liked him because of the speed, but I think he's a lie. I don't think he's as good as he says he is. And then Pittman's very good. Athleticism looks good, even if we can't see the combine. Safety edge we don't need. I put him on the board just because, you know, maybe one of them could be a linebacker, like Thurston could potentially be a will linebacker. I think he easily makes that translation, by the way. I mean, Pittman's like the same size almost. I'm taking Mark Thurston to be our linebacker, our will linebacker. We're going to move linebackers around a little bit. 29 true talent. I regret it all. Damn, so we did not land as many hiddens in this one, huh? But we did land a generational, so I can't really complain too much, can I? Well, at least we think. I don't know. The guy could be star dev. I've seen it. And I got to take this QB, I think. What about Scott? Scott's very good, too. Scott's very good, too, but this guy's freaking 20. I'm taking Max Brooks. Get ourselves a sick backup. Why not? True talent 45. Hidden dev. Yeah, just crazy that the teams get to this point where they don't need QB. Well, you can't tell me there's not a single team in the league that couldn't upgrade at their position, right? But there's got to be. Yeah, also in general, kind of a weak finish here for the class. We'll go with Galvin, 84 true talent. Also hidden. Oh, wow. That guy's actually really good. He's fast. I mean, based on athleticism, he's on par with the guy we drafted pick 1 overall. So if our guy's star dev, even though his overall is going to be massive, kind of crazy, actually. Let's go with Cloud. Looks pretty damn good. Super sleeper, 24 true talent, normal dev, but that's a good pick anyways. And then I think we take, well, we actually only have 1 player left. I was about to say we'll take 1 more DT and trade down the rest, but we don't have anything to trade down. And I have no idea how to, what, like Yevchenez. I don't know, dude. I'm going to take him. 50 true talent, normal dev. Fernando. But yes, of course, a lot of normal devs, like we said, but the big money was that first pick overall. What overall are we talking? 83? 80, okay, a little disappointing, can't lie. Ryan Peters. Good. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's not generational. That hit power is insane, but he's a very good player, obviously, but there is a chance this guy is only star development trait, which he is not. Thankfully, he's an X-Bad here, so definitely not bad. Good draft pick. Anything in the 90s? Oh, God, here we go. And then the rest, wide receiver. Oh, wow, 77, actually. Okay, so he's a very good player. That is not a bad-looking player at all. I still think we're going to put Darnell Washington on our focus. I'm trying to get this guy to Superstar Plus. It's probably going to end up selling our entire freaking challenge here. But the side quest, man, I need the side loot. It's just, it's the goal this time. Take a look at Thurston. What is his overall linebacker? It is the exact same. Fair enough. And then the rest, there's some decent players in there, but I want to look at Max Brooks. Oh, my. This guy's, all the important ratings for a quarterback are all 82 plus. That's wild. This quarterback is very good. What's his dev? Star dev. Damn, he is solid. All right, season number 3. This is what the team looks like. We have not actually done the training camp, so it's not really what the team looks like. They're gonna, a couple of these guys are gonna get a couple of boosts. Kind of have tempted that Thornton gets the. Nah, he's fine. He'll be fine. We'll still go Darnell. Try to get that dev up. Maybe he gets the dev up from training camp. 85 overall. Darnell would be great at 26 years old. But yeah, quarterback will go up to 84, I'd imagine. Darnell 85. Porter, hopefully, 85, maybe 86 if we're lucky. Team looks pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of 80 bases, but a lot of these guys can get up to, 84, 85 by the end of the season, possibly. We're looking good. The trajectory of a year 4/year 5 Super Bowl win is okay. All right, contracts. Johnson, he's actually developed kind of nicely, so we'll do a 4-year deal for him. And Williams will be cheap, so we'll pay Williams, and then everyone else, I think, will be headed on their way. Even Carlson probably should have been gone after last season. He had a pretty bad year. Here we are in Week 18 against the Patriots. If we win this game, we are guaranteed a playoff spot. If we lose, we still have a chance. But yes, guaranteed if we win. Patriots with a really good start there, but it is 10-7, 14-10. Okay, defense it's holding on. Offense just doing nothing, dude. This offense is doing nothing. And now the defense is just struggling too, and they are moving the ball down like they're the ones losing. And of course, 3rd and goal. Dude, they just ran 10 minutes down on us. And of course, the guy they did it with was Trey Tucker. Oh my Lord, this is tough. This is a tough one. Oh my. Fantastic. I get it. He's kind of thrown off of an angle. Dude, that sucks. Can I skip? That sucks. Fantastic throw. And another touchdown given up. Just as I was talking about the defense, holding on, they literally blew it. Two drives in a row. One of them, a 10-minute scoring drive. Horrible. Just horrible. Well, hopefully Darnell had a good season so we can get into Superstar so I can go to the Green Bay scheme because, I don't know, this Chiefs scheme just isn't really doing it for me. Need Dallas to lose. Dallas lose, we're in the playoffs. If they win, I have no idea. I do not know. And I don't know if Dallas lost or not. No, they must not have. Where the hell? What am I doing here? Yeah, they stole the division, but yet 9-8 is good enough for a 6 seed, not even 7 seed. Kind of actually insane. Let's take a look at the win-loss here as, yeah, I mean, like we said, need to win to guarantee a playoff spot. Didn't get it, but we're still in. Nate Allen, way better year, obviously. Rushing numbers. Yards per carry are very good, but didn't get to 1,000 yards, didn't get to double-digit touchdowns. Darnell, that should be superstar. Parks, great year as well, could win Rookie of the Year. Thornton was good, but not great. A.O. Minor, 800 yards, no touchdowns. Lineman Millam was just terrible again. Oladejo, apparently worth every penny. 14.5 sacks. Bradley was good. Peters was okay, but that's not really a generational type season. Matthias, solid, especially as the DT2. Picks were horrible. Daniel Carlson was better. Punting was not bad. Kick return, punt return game, no touchdowns, as you'd expect. Pretty good season, though, right? Chargers with Bryce Young have the MVP. Any other awards? We get Rookie of the Year with Parks. Not surprising. Huge dev up for him. Peters, solid. Rookie of the Year. We'll take the XP. And that is it. But at 9-8, we are in the playoffs against the team that stole the division. End of the game. What do we got? Can we win a playoff game? I just want one playoff win. We're losing 10-0, just like against the Patriots. 17-0. 24-0. Defense has been garbage. Offense, even worse. Finally, they score. They get a 2-point conversion just to keep the game alive. Field goal. It's 11-27. Defense gets the stop, but it's a field goal. And we don't even get the first down. Wow. 33-9. What a weird score. 40-11. Both teams the same overall. We lose 40-11. I don't know why EA just loves the Cowboys so much, but they just do. 11 for 32 our quarterback was. Wow. Okay. Van Ness with 3 sacks. Okay, sure. Ravens, Buccaneers. Ravens win it. See if we have DevOps. Come on, Darnell. We've done it! Darnell Washington is a superstar. That way, has he been... I figured they would. I knew if I let the AI upgrade him on their own, they would make him a blocker. Oh, come on, EA. We get him to a superstar, but his freaking ratings are all blocking ratings. That's a huge L. Parks, 84 overall. Not quite the 86 plus we were hoping for, but still a good year. Gets a star dev. We can live with it. Defensively, any dev ups? I don't think so. Not even Oladejo at 14.5 sacks, by the way. Reyes, though, 84 overall. Huge year. Porter, 87. Scott, 87. Team's looking pretty good, especially defensively. 88 overall now. I mean, surely we're a lock for the playoffs every season now, right? Looking at the retirements, a bunch of mentor types. Really helpful. Actually, how good did the O-line dev up? Because we had mentors for every single player. I mean, it's not bad. I wish it was better, but it's not bad. Negotiations, though. I mean, a lot of backup types that we don't really need to keep, so we'll let them all go, and maybe we can add someone good in free agency. Maybe finally a team let go of a really good player. Problem is, we don't have many needs on this team other than O-line, which, as you can see here, we are not going to see in free agency outside of O'Neal, who maybe is worth it. 85 overall is pretty high, but most of our guys are 82 plus, which do I want to sit someone that can continue to develop for somebody that's only a few overalls higher? Probably not. Pace is not a bad name, maybe. But, yeah, free agency is still kind of mid. All right, we're in the draft with pick number 19. Let's see how these scoutings went. Oh. I really like this Cortez guy because he was insanely fast. I scouted him further. It's kind of insane. Thing is, we don't really have many needs. Oh. Corner actually turned out to be pretty good, too. I mean, do I not just move down until one of those guys is gone? Tight end or corner? I'd imagine the corner will be first because tight end we've seen go all the way into the second round. And then we just trade up because, again, I don't really have any needs, so we're just drafting for, I mean, luxury/fun at this rate. So, I think top 5 players, no matter where, what position they play, constitutes a luxury pick. A worthy luxury pick, mind you. And I think that was him, right? Are we going to the Raiders before they take yet another generational type tight end? Here's a bunch of stuff to the Raiders for pick 12. We move up 7 spots. We are going to be taking the tight end, Jesse Cortez. We've got a really good tight end duo. Top 5 true talent, number 4 to be exact. Hidden dev, 91 speed at 6'4". 88 XL, 88 agility, 88 jumping. Very good player. Might be a little bit of a reach, but linebacker's sort of, kind of a need. So, Santiago Mateus, another Mateus on the team. Looks good to me. That's how I'm going to take. 48 true talent, and he is hidden dev, so good draft pick there. Let's move to 19. I mean, at this point, again, on my list, I had O-line, perhaps, tight end, linebacker, perhaps, DT, corner. Those are the positions. Don't really need anything here. Oh, my lord, it's all gone. I mean, I guess we're going to take O-line, Devin Battles. He looked okay. He wasn't amazing, but should be decent. And, yeah, hidden dev, 60 true talent. And then the rest, I mean, they're pretty much all backup, so we'll just go to the draft recap. Draft recap. Oh, he's pretty good. 80 overall. That's actually very, very good. Injury's a little concerning. What about the juke ability? There's none. guy's kind of freakly with it, though. Dev, this could be one of those stars. And no, he's an X Factor. Man, 2 different times now I thought that maybe we might have actually landed a star dev instead of a, superstar X Factor. No, both times are X Factors. We drafted 2 X Factors in this one. Not bad. Not bad. And then Mike, linebacker, Santiago Matias. Actually really good outside of that man and press, but that's fine. Yeah, everyone else, who cares? Do want to see that corner, though. I am curious to see. If I had to choose between one, I probably would have taken a corner. So let's see. Smith, both 80, so you can't really go wrong with either. They're both Oh, injury sucks, though. They're both respectively like the same player. I think the tight end's a little more freakly for what he is. And our tight end is also 2 devs higher, but you can't go wrong both being 80 overall. Although that guy's injury would be a concern in a normal situation. All right, here's the team for season number 4 now. We got our upgrades in for quarterback. Thornton was the wide receiver. Didn't do the O-line one. I can't be bothered with that one. Defensively, we got Porter. Didn't go up in dev, but he did get an upgrade. Oladejo got an upgrade. I mean, the team looks good. 89 overall. Is it good enough to win a Super Bowl? Yes. Will it? I don't know. Right now, Dante Thornton needs a contract. We'll knock this one out real quick, hopefully. 5-year 70. Nice. Oladejo needs a contract that is literally like what he's making per year, so that's great. Millam, I think, is gone. I think it's just no. That's all I can say. It's just no. He's not playing well. Okay? He does not deserve that kind of money. A.O. Manor, he's actually pretty good, so we'll go with a 2-year deal worth 16. Maybe a little bit higher, but that's fine. We do want to keep him around. And then everyone else, I think, is a free agent. All right, here we are in week 18 yet again. This time, 100%, we have to win to make the playoffs. It is crazy that this good of a team is struggling. It is crazy, but we do need it. If we do not win this game, we are out. Even if we win, it's not even guaranteed that we're in, but we definitely cannot make it without winning. As the Eagles get 7 to start, we get 7 back. They get another 7. Of course, get stopped. They get another 7. 14-21 at halftime. We're at least answering back. I wish defense would do a little bit better here. We give up a field goal. We're in scoring position, 3rd and 2. We get the conversion. Come on. Huge touchdown, up by 4. 7 minutes left. Defense, please. We get the stop. I mean, you continue the drive on offense, and we're going to win the game. 35-24. We at least have a chance. We at least have a chance to make the playoffs at 9-8 again. The NFC's been a little weak, thankfully. Allen was great in a must-win game. Now it's up to everyone else. It's up to everyone else. Our kicker even missed a field goal. Love that for us. Are we in the playoffs or not? And we're not. Wow. We're the 8th seed. Damn. The Bears are 9-8. They're in. Niners are 9-8. They're in. Oh, wait. Wait, what just happened? The Cardinals are the 9th seed and they're in the playoffs. What? Did that bug out? What? What do you mean? It would not even surprise me if we have the tiebreaker on one of these teams and they just didn't give it to us. They just rolled the dice and said, F it. What the hell just happened? Oh, no. Did we play the Bears or anything like that? Oh, we lost to the Bears. Did we lose to the Cardinals? Wait, we have the head-to-head. Well, actually, they didn't make the playoffs, did they? Who was in it again? Bears and Niners. Okay, let's see if we had the Niners. We had not the Niners. Damn, dude. 90. What overall are we? 91 overall team missing the playoffs. The year before, we get lucky to make the playoffs. We're like staring down the barrel of 0 playoff berths. If not for a little bit of luck. Oladejo has a terrible year, by the way. Okay. Aubrey was... I just don't get it. I just don't. I don't understand. You have an 88 overall, missing nearly 50% of his field goals on the year. 89 overall, mind you. 99 kick power, 98 accuracy. He's missing 40% of his kicks on 23 attempts. Like, do they just like being quirky? Oh, randomized. Anything can happen. Lol, dude. Is that what they like to do? Because there's no explanation for why that's a thing. Like, why? Why is a 90 overall kicker almost missing 40% of his kicks? Either way, final season. Win or lose, playoffs or not, doesn't matter. Final season. And we're probably going to make a big blockbuster trade. Probably for a wide receiver. Probably put Parks in the slot and just work from there. I don't know. Not dev up, but wins. The Falcons win over the Colts by 1. Actually, a pretty crazy game. And then looking at our offense, we see that Thornton is a superstar development trade, which surprises no one. He had 19 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Sampson still, star development trade, but the team looks good. What overall is Parks, actually? 86. So, yeah, wide receiver is the biggest need for sure. I mean, sure, linebacker could use some work, but you're not winning or losing a Super Bowl because you have the best linebacking unit in the league. You're just not. It'll help for sure, but it's just not the case, right? Take a look at retirements. We're going to make a trade just because, not that I don't even want to do a draft. I just don't think there's a point to. It's the final year, and the team has all the starters it needs outside of maybe a linebacker. Like a Sam linebacker at that. Negotiations, Allen on a 5th year, I guess. It's not really going to matter. Bradley on a 5th year, I guess. Again, doesn't really matter. We'll keep Millen, but there might be a better option in free agency. If there is, he can always just be a backup. I don't really care too much. And I don't want Aubrey, I guess, because he missed 40% of his kicks. Guys like him and Bucker and Sim, I don't know what. They're just so bad. As far as the free agents go, no one really jumping off the page. This fullback, I guess, actually. Generational fullback. I mean, I want no excuses. I'll even take the generational fullback. I want the best at, like, every position. Draft pick-wise, should be pretty decent here. So, I'm going to trade the entire class for the best wide receiver I can get. We trade all of this for Marvin Harrison Jr. We got ourselves a pretty good trio now. A lot of speed and height. At first, when I saw this, I literally read it as Jesus Christ. Jesus Cruz, kicker in the draft. We grabbed a lineman a little bit ago that was pretty good. And we got a 95 kick power kicker to go with him. Not a deep class, but pretty, he's normal dev, but, couple okay overalls. All right, here we are. Final season. I don't know what more we can do. We're going to start losing some players soon because of money concerns. So this is probably the max. If we can do another season, we don't win a Super Bowl here, we will. But at the moment, Matthias is an X Factor. But yeah, the moment we see, players leaving, it's GG, right? It is GG. We gotta call it. All right, let's see. It's a Rodriguez, Sampson, Floyd, Washington, Mateus, Barton, Reyes, Felix, Johnson. So a lot of guys, but I think we can handle this. I think we'll be fine. Of course, you have Peters coming up soon, and then obviously the quarterback and edge rusher, which we did the 5th-year option for. Rodriguez should be cheap enough. $120 million left. I think we can take care of most of this. Obviously, we're going to keep Sampson. So you do one of these. 5-year 50. Might have to do slightly more. Scott, obviously, you're going to pay him. I think he should take that base. He does. About $20 million-ish. Darnell Washington actually kind of asking for a lot. He's 28 now. Damn, he wants even more than that, huh? Down to $80 million. We're fine for now, though. Matthias has been pretty good for us, so we'll do a 4-year 96 there. Actually, a little bit higher, apparently. Down to 58. Yeah, we're already broke. We're already broke. Because you got to factor in, if the quarterback and edge rusher needed even 10 mil more per year, that's literally all the money we have left, pretty much. So yeah, we're up against it. We'll definitely keep Felix because he's actually pretty versatile at 6'5". Could play tackle for us, and he's asking for pretty much nothing. But yeah, we are kind of against it, and we're probably losing Barton on top of it. We'll see if we can try to keep him on a 2-year. See if we can make this happen. Damn. Close on some of these contracts, though. We'll see. Hey, at least this time we're automatically in the playoffs. Have a chance at the bye week. We'll see if we get it, but at least we're in the playoffs. That is a breath of fresh air. A sigh of relief. And I completely forgot we had a chance at the bye week, even though I just said it. And I thought we actually missed. But there we are. The number 1 seed at 12-5. Again, the NFC, to be fair, most of these fantasy drafts are very close, right? Because the teams all have kind of an even drafting situation, at least the top 20 teams, because they all at least have a chance at QB. But yeah, this is This is an improvement. We will take it. Take a look at the win-loss. We had a nice little middle there. Second half of the season was obviously way better than the first half. And we are in the playoffs. Looking at quarterbacking, Nate Allen, huge. 4,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, 10 picks only. Samson over 1,000 yards, almost 5 yards per carry. And then the big thing, almost double-digit touchdowns. Caleb Johnson, the 1-2 punch kind of working out. Parks, 15 touchdowns, kind of crazy. Harrison, very good year. Thornton, very good year. Washington in this scheme's not going to develop too much. Millum, he's given up like 65 sacks in 3 years. I don't know why we have him out there, but we do. Edge, Oladejo's better than last year. Bradley, worse than last year, though. So the 4 of the D linemen, they combined for like 40-some sacks. It's okay. Interceptions, good. Kicking, I mean, dude, the guy's a 69 overall. At least he was before this season. He missed 2 kicks out of 22. Aubrey missed like 7. I don't even know. It was a lot. Either way, the MVP of the league goes to Gordon Simpson. Any awards for us? We had a really good year, but no awards. Actually, we got best kicker. How fitting. How crazy is that? Either way, divisional round automatically. We didn't win a playoff game legitimately, technically, but we get to the divisional round, so it sort of counts. And the Cardinals, who I don't even think, did they get a playoff spot last year? It looked like they did, but I don't think they did. Are in the playoffs at 9-8, even though they're only 2 overalls less than us. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. the guy, or is he the guy? I don't know. Is he going to be the guy that saves the season? Saves this rebuild, if you will. 7-6, not a great start for us. We have a lead, not a strong one, though. Second half, the lead's gone. Huge touchdown with a 2-point. The Cardinals get it back, though. Field goal for us. It's a lead. But that opens the door. 4th and 3. Come on, good stop. Touchdown puts it away almost. Huge. 5 minutes left. Intercepted. And that will be it. 34-21. We're headed to the championship round. I mean, they are 9-8, but they are a 92 overall. That is not a bad team. Let's take a look at the numbers. The quarterbacks are both pretty mid. Very good completion percentage, though. Just not really many touchdowns, but it's because both teams had some rushing touchdowns. Parks was great for us. Sacks, 2 for Peters, 2 for Derek Brown. You don't even think about it. And even though this is a fantasy realm, it's technically not really their guy. What did Marvin do? Yeah, 92 yards. Pretty good stuff. To the championship round. Who's it going to be against? The Packers. I don't like that for us. Who do they beat? Did they beat like an easy team to beat? So in the wildcard round, they beat the Buccaneers by 17 points. They beat the Rams by only 1. So, I mean, I don't hate our odds, I suppose. Got to the championship round. We consider that a win in these types of challenge rebuilds. But now, I kind of just want the damn Super Bowl already. Washington, please. If I had to come in, I will. Damn, all that fight for 3 whole points. There we go, though. Touchdown, 10-7. Offense got to do better. 17-14, 17 all. Huge drive before half. Nice touchdown. Second half, we had a chance to put them away. Good stop. Score, 31-17, 38-17. The Packers are trying. There's still time. And they might do this. They go for the 2-point as well to put the pressure on. I mean, if they get this stop, they have plenty of time to operate. Thornton's kind of my man. I like Parks a little bit. Oh, I didn't even see that guy underneath. I thought we were going to just outrun everybody there. I don't know how you set up a 3rd and 17, but yeah, it's pretty hard to convert. Really good punt, though. Okay, sure. 93-yard touchdown. Yes, that's 4th and 7, 93-yard touchdown. Yes, that is what happens on a regular basis in the playoffs. That is not the craziest playoff play of all time. No, it is not. It's a standard one. Really good blocking, though. Huge return to the 41. Like, why is it coming down to this? 97-yard touchdown. Good throw, and Marvin is just a problem, dude. They keep telling me to run it. Like, no. How about no? How about the answer is no? And I might have had Parks, but again, Marvin is just wide open. Like, maybe we just go for the touchdown. Although, with the way this defense just played, and in general, giving up 39 points, maybe I do just want the game winner. And there goes Marvin again, dude. He is so good. To the 5. I'm worried that we're getting a little too aggressive. Darnell. Big fella, Darnell Washington. What a drive. These are the normal sliders we do a rebuild on, too. This team is just so good. You know, usually we struggle more than this. It's a tough one. Great catch, Marvin. He's just him. He's just him. All right, let's see if they have any miracles in them. 46 points it takes to win this game, apparently. And 4th and 22. No 93-yard touchdown this time. We win by 7. Wow. That was actually such a good drive, too. We got on the field in a hurry. We had timeouts left. DJ Stroud really good, but Allen a little bit better. Rushing, they kind of outplayed us there. Thornton was great. Harrison was great. Pittman was great for them. Washington, 2 touchdowns with a lot of yards. Benson, 3 touchdowns with a 93-yarder on top of it. Sacks, Ed Oliver was crazy good. Scott with a pick. They missed a field goal, which maybe it played a factor, maybe it didn't, I don't know. We're headed to the damn Super Bowl, though, so there's that. It's the Bills in the Super Bowl. Let's see if we can beat this team or not. Playoff schedule. Where the hell are the Bills? So they beat the Jaguars by 3. They beat the Patriots by 14. They beat the Dolphins by 4. I mean, I don't hate our odds. Definitely do not hate our odds. DevOps, offense, got to be the QB. Really? I am surprised. That's an insane year to not go up in dev. And then I don't think we even had one on defense. Wow, this is one of the lowest dev teams that is this good that I've ever seen. I mean, almost everyone's like a star dev. Either way, Bills, Commanders, 94 versus 90. First technical away game for us. Huge drive for a touchdown after the stop. 14-0, good start. 21-0, really good start. Huge answer back by the Bills, but we get one right back right before half. 28-7, it's looking good. Bills just can't punch it in. And I think that's it. 21-point lead. Bills aren't done yet. Bills are not done yet. Okay, offense. I think I'm good. I'm just going to take a shot, I think. It's a pretty good throw. Thornton goes out of bounds, but that's fine. That's fine. You get the first down. I don't really care where you're stepping out. Huge first down. Great move. And we just go instant. Dude, that is maybe the worst I have ever seen a team do to waste clock. Thankfully, the defense saves us. We score. They did nothing but proceed to go backwards and stop the clock multiple times for them. Holy crap. They try to choke so many times in this one. Please stop it. Please. Either way, though, we do win the game. We win the Super Bowl. And we save it all. Marvin Harrison, especially just us usering that last drive, last game. Worth it every day of the week, right? I mean, what a savior of a draft pick there. I don't think A.O. Maynard's doing that, if he needed to. Parks maybe he's doing it. Obviously, Thornton's has a chance to do that, but Marvin was great. Very good, very clutch. And he helps us win a Super Bowl. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at the numbers, though. Quarterback, Nate Allen. He wasn't great beforehand. Rough first 2 seasons in the league in general, kind of. But in these playoffs, he was great. Run game was okay, but oh my. Parks with 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's a decent year. It's a game anyways. It's not bad. Bradley was great. Peters was great. Passers in general was great. No picks, though. What a game. What a game. What a rebuild. I think next one we probably have to do the shortest, huh? Next one we probably got to go for the shortest players. Which unfortunately is a little bit harder to look for. Because I go by like height. I guess that's not. I can just go by negative because it does let me do negative on that website. It's a little out of date though, so sometimes you do, we're going to miss a few times, right? Like how we took Darnell Washington when Parham was the higher overall. Even though I don't even know if Parham was shown on the list. But we ended up getting him anyways. He's gone now, but we did end up getting him. Either way though, let's take a look at the team before we hop on out of this rebuild. Again, if you guys enjoyed this one, think about leaving a like, maybe subscribing if you're new. And if you're not new, maybe hit the bell notification also, when the next upload is up. It means a ton to me. Wow, short route for Thornton did not really work out. Of course, you can also follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content. Thinking we'll have a video tomorrow, because I think there's some more Halloween the Game news, which is kind of what I've been liking to upload over there. And, yeah, that's pretty much that. If you guys have any suggestions... Can't believe we made them blocking. Not that we did, but they did. If you have any suggestions for other challenge rebuild ideas in the future, let me know. And whatever, realistic style team you want to see, that'll be on Sunday, I imagine. Monday, members only rebuild. I think it'll be something to do Christmas related. Maybe green and red teams, fantasy draft, rebuild, or something along those lines. I do like doing those, but usually those like kind of themed ones don't do super well. The themed ones in general are kind of hit or miss. But yeah, let me know all those things if you'd like. And yeah, we should be finishing Panthers franchise soon. I'm not sure if that'll be a Saturday upload or a Monday upload, but Panthers franchise next episode, of course, is the finale. If you didn't see the episode yesterday, whoops, spoiler alert, but I imagine if you were interested in Panthers franchise, you probably did. And yeah, we're finishing that series up, getting ready to start a new one. Like I said, I think Jets franchise. And then, by the time that dies down, we'll be able to do relocation to kind of sort of finish out the Madden cycle. Darian Porter, though, look at him. Zone coverage isn't very good, but he actually developed into a pretty damn good player. I was a little surprised. Obviously 24 years old is kind of up there. It's kind of hard to develop someone like that. Oladejo is actually pretty good for us. Worth the money. That 2-year 60 ended up becoming a lot cheaper in the long run anyways. And as long as you get him on the team, that's all that matters, right? And it cost us some money, but we didn't need the money at the end, at that point anyways. And of course, I did not get them. Wow. That is definitely one of the best DTs we've developed in a while. Usually they're like only block shedders or only one style, and he's got it down. He's got it all. But yeah, we didn't even get Matthias back, but we'd be able to with the franchise tag, I imagine. And also look at Cruz, 75 overall star. Ended up becoming a pretty damn good kicker for us. Anyways, though, appreciate y'all for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,